Due to the limited monetization of true crime videos on YouTube, I have created a Patreon for those of you who would like to support the channel. The link is in the description below. Get access to ad-free content, early access, and exclusive videos depending on the tier. Thank you so much. Also, we've created a Discord channel for those of you who would like to join the community. Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of Kelly Cochran's interrogation. I'll put a card in the top for part 1 if you want to go and get the backstory. It's in that video. I will also leave a timestamp below for the spot when she starts confessing. Viewer discretion is advised. Like and subscribe for more true crime content. Alright, now let's dive in.
Me.
Am I gonna get a fucking turtle suit out of this?
No. No, because I know you're not talking about today.
Okay. Or anytime soon, because I plan on doing the court thing, and this is all new to me.
Why? Why the facade? What, to play it all up? I mean, because I don't understand that part of it either.
Because you see.
Because you want to show everyone how smart you are? Because you want to put everybody up there and try to make us all look dumb?
No. You're not dumb. You're very smart. Laura's very smart too, and I told her not to doubt her gut.
She shouldn't have. She was right from the beginning.
Right, but she doubted herself.
She never doubted herself. She didn't. Others doubted her.
Right.
And you know what? That's their mistake, not hers.
But in the end, that's why it was easier to give her everything.
You know that she showed me what she needed to show me. She shared, like a good investigator does. And it took me 5 hours of reading, maybe 5. And I knew everything I needed to know. 5 hours. That's it.
In regards to
You, him, this, why you're sitting here in Michigan. I knew what I needed to know. 5 hours. There was no doubt in my mind. I had no idea how anybody else could miss it. I knew she didn't, but others did.
Exactly.
And you know what? That's not her fault.
No.
She's just the driving force behind it, who always keeps it alive. So kudos to her, because she never gave up, and she didn't doubt herself. Not for a minute. I don't think that. I mean, I've not got that from her ever in one of her communications, you know. She just said, here it is, and if you think differently, you tell me. I thought she was like, you know, very kind of stoic about it, like, here you go, just give me your opinion. Didn't try to sway my opinion, didn't try to nothing. And honest God's truth was, I hadn't been around for a long time. You know what I mean? I'd been out for like 6 months. And so because I'd been out for like 6 months, I hadn't heard all the other stuff that was going on with you. I'd heard a little, but not all of it. So.
Now, you made a good point. And this isn't going back and forth, but you made the point that you believed it, she believed it. So there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that got to know a different part of me, right?
Because what? Because you chose to show them a side of you that made you seem vulnerable, made you seem like this young little lady who decided to move up into the UP and was just trying to get along.
You don't think that's possible?
Come on now.
I'm just asking.
Come on.
But you asked me a question.
Yeah, so give me the answer. You think that you can make people believe? That's what this is? You think you can make people believe, sell yourself to them because you have a way to do it?
Yes.
How? How on earth could you? I have 50 shades of Kelly.
Yes, you do.
Ew! Don't connect her to 50 Shades of anything. I get what he's saying, that she fakes personalities depending on the people she's around, but that is an erotic book you are referencing. Blech. Kelly is so pleased by this, and it's nasty.
So how on earth do you even think that's possible?
I believe anything's possible.
Okay.
Don't get frustrated.
I'm not getting frustrated, but why? Why on earth would you even do such a thing knowing what you are?
You cut me short
I cut you short
because
because you wasn't
Felt.
finished.
I fell in love like an idiot.
With who?
Chris,
Come on.
come on, what?
I didn't catch you on that.
I gave that because it haunts me, and nothing haunts me like that.
Okay.
Nothing.
So,
And it's kind of funny. It is, because nothing bothers me really. Not much bothers me. What's wrong with that?
nothing. So, you'd like to carry out going through this whole facade just to see if you can? It's all about seeing if you can. It's all about seeing if you're smart enough.
Do you doubt me?
Do I doubt that you're smart? I don't doubt that you're smart. I know you're smart.
Do you doubt that I'm smart enough
To win?
to win?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You know, that's just a challenge for me.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to challenge you. You
No,
get
it's-
that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why you would want to drag anyone through this. I don't understand why you'd want to drag your family through it.
I don't want to have to.
I don't know if that was the smartest thing to tell her. She's clearly going through with it, and she doesn't care about her family, so she doesn't care what she drags them through. However, this is not a great way to get a confession. You're smart, but not smart enough to beat the legal system, so just confess now so we have an easier time convicting you. That doesn't seem like a good approach to use on someone who's so egotistical. It's going to leave a sour taste in her mouth, and she's not going to want to talk.
Okay? So, I don't get it then, because
But it all
are you telling me that you haven't been honest to me when it comes to Chris, to Jason? Is that what you're going to sit here and try to tell me now?
Yes.
Okay. I've been waiting for it, so let's hear it. You really don't have any respect, do you? You
try.
don't? No, you don't. Not if you're going to sit here and you're going to try to say this with me.
Don't look disappointed at me.
You know what I am. It's not right, and you know it.
And I do have respect.
I drove all this way because you told me that you wanted to tell me the truth. You wanted to tell me the story, okay?
Why can't you give me what I want with even what you think I did to Jason? You can't, right?
I have to have the rest. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you before. How many are you responsible for? And take Chris out of the equation.
None.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't work, does it?
It's your story. Your story and wasted miles for me.
No, I wasn't going to make you waste your trip.
It is wasted.
No. For me, maybe.
Why?
You can have all Jason's.
Okay.
You know all of those.
Okay.
There's a bag and a composition book. You can have that.
Where's it at?
Lake Ottawa, it'd be my attic, and you probably have it now. The composition book. That's why I was kind of thrown off when you said attic. I didn't know they packed all my shit up and put it in the attic.
Attic.
You said you got stuff that
Yes.
you were reading from the attic, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was in the top of my closet. I thought you were going to leave my parents' house alone.
So what is it? What is the book?
Composition book. His
And
book.
what's in it?
Everything.
Okay. Like?
Every fine detail.
Talk to me.
As far as how many?
Yeah.
The same amount that I put on that sheet of paper the first time I gave you.
And how many was that?
Total, for sure? For sure?
Yeah.
That I know of, 11. No bullshit.
Okay. And where are they?
All over. Indiana. Indiana alone.
And how do you know that he's responsible for 11 in Indiana?
I know.
How?
Well, I couldn't have been there because I'd be guilty.
Okay. I'm not going to do this with you.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it. I mean,
Okay.
you're going to sit here, you're going to... I don't even understand this, Kelly. You sit here and you talk to me about who you are, right? Who you are, what your makeup is. And you think that you can try to change that now with me by saying 0? And you know exactly what you tried to do to Jessica during this case. And that's no joke. That doesn't go away. You know, it doesn't go away. How on earth can you think for a minute that I can believe 0 when I know what you were doing with her?
You know what she does to herself?
I do know what she does to herself. I know what a little bit of help from you helps, though.
I didn't talk to her after the last time I seen her, so I don't know what happened to her.
Well, there's a reason. Just like everything that happened with her. You and her, and getting her to meet you at the park, and sending me that text. Everything else. I know exactly what that was. That was the moving of the piece. Why are you going to revert? This is the way you want this to go down? You want to sit here now and you want to try to tell me that you weren't moving chess pieces all around all along? I don't care. That's the way you want to try to do it. You can try to do it that way.
You don't think I'll succeed?
No. No, because, I mean, how on earth can you do all this? How can you do all this and then go back? And why on earth would you want to put yourself through it? That's what I want to know. Just for the fun of it? The fun of the game?
Things don't bother me like it bothers somebody else,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not denying that I don't have homicidal thoughts every moment I'm awake. You know that. I know that.
Oh, okay. So you have homicidal thoughts every moment you're awake, but you don't act on them ever. You haven't acted on them.
I've controlled them.
Give me a break.
I've done very well.
You didn't
controlling them.
control anything. You didn't control anything. You did exactly what you wanted to do when you wanted to do it. Just like with Jason. Everything's for a purpose and a reason.
My husband?
Yep.
Jason gave up.
I know. I know.
When I talked to you on the phone, see, it's different with the recording because you had told me from the start what had happened to him. But here's the problem. Suffocation. There's multiple ways somebody can be suffocated. I wasn't sure if there was strangulation as well, so I said both. There was no strangulation. Jason he wasn't one for strangulation. When Jessica said that he was strangled or he liked that, he'd never been fucking strangled. She didn't have a fucking clue what she was talking about. What? You doubt that? I'm
Yes.
telling you the truth.
Okay. So you're gonna sit here, you're gonna tell me you didn't kill Jason?
I did.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
What?
Okay. Good enough. I know you did. I have proof you did.
I was way too high to
Give
kill
me a
anybody.
break. Give me a break. I have physical evidence of what you did to him. And you know it. And you know it, and you know it because that's why you gave me Chris. You're the one who asked the questions, not me. You asked the same question over and over. You wanted the answer to the question before you gave me the answer to the other. And you did give me the answer to the other. And it was legit.
I gave you the answer to Chris because I fucking felt bad.
Nope, you gave me the answer to Chris because I told you exactly how your husband died. And then you were like, fuck, he knows. That was the moment for you. So you can sit here and you can try to manipulate this because that's what you do. Or you can sit here and you can decide to tell me the real story about everything. Because the real story is that you took part in things. And you enjoyed it.
My attorney told me I'm stupid for talking to you guys.
Don't talk to me then. You don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. I don't care how far I've driven, it really doesn't matter.
Nobody
I'll
tells
turn
me what
around,
to
I'll
do.
go home.
Well, you can do that too, but nobody tells me what to do. I was just
All
telling
I'm asking you to do is to sit in the room, and I'm giving you the same ground rules that you gave me on the very first time we met in the room. Say it how it is. Don't bullshit me. Don't sit across the table and bullshit me because it doesn't work. You just sat here and said you chose me because I see things that others don't. Right?
Right.
Okay, so how on earth is it that we're at this juncture if I see things that others don't and they're not true? Good question, right?
Very good question.
Okay, so give me the answer.
Maybe you think I'm better than I am.
Whatever. Okay.
You wouldn't be happy with just Jason's.
You know what? You don't have to talk to me about anything else other than Jason and Chris, and I'm fine with that. And be honest. I was just hoping that after all the time we spent together, that you would actually have an honest conversation with me. And it doesn't matter. This is the last case I'm doing. I want you to know that.
What do you mean?
I'm no longer doing investigations. I've stepped out of it.
Really?
Yep. This is my last case.
Why?
Time for me to do something different.
Like what?
I'm going to go back to patrol for a while. I'm going to be a supervisor there. Try to teach some young kids how to do things right.
That's not you.
It's what needs to happen. I need a break.
Who's supposed to do your job?
Somebody else. I'm not that good at it.
Don't toy with me.
I'm not. I swear to you on everything I am right now. So I asked for 3 days to come up here and have a final conversation with you, and I was given it after I gave them my decision. And that's the truth.
That's fucked up.
It's the truth. You think that... I don't know.
No. What?
No, I mean, you want to sit here, you want to act as though it's the truth. I don't know what else to tell you. I promise you.
You're gonna stop something that you...
I'm going to stop something what? Answer the question. I don't got nothing to lose.
that you do well?
I'm not good at it. You just told me I wasn't. You did. You just told me I wasn't.
I didn't say that.
No. You are, because you're telling me that everything I think and believe isn't true. And you know what? You can do that. You go right ahead. But then you're toying with me. And that's the truth. And it doesn't matter anyway, because I already made my mind up.
That's not you.
I made my mind up.
But that's not you.
Another day. Not right now, though.
That's not acceptable.
Hmm.
That's not who you are.
Chris was important. You have to have, like, milestones in your life and decide that enough's enough.
Is it?
I don't know, one day maybe I'll decide something else is important. True. You sit here with me and you tell me that I'm wrong. I'm not lying to you. And you know I'm not lying to you. Because I got no reason to.
You're something else.
No, I'm real. That's what I am. I'm a real person.
You're gonna stop doing something that you put your whole life into and put your whole self into. I don't buy that.
It's true.
That's not you. You don't give up.
I'm not giving up.
Yeah, you are.
No,
In
I'm
a
not giving
sense.
up. If I was giving up, I'd have never showed up here.
No, because you know there's more.
It is what it is. I'm not lying to you.
I don't want to see that for you. You do your job and you do it well.
Obviously not. You're telling me I don't.
I'm telling you, you do.
No. You won't tell the truth. You're going to sit here and you want to play a game with me after I drove another 6 hours just to have a conversation with you. And you want to play a game. And I don't understand the game, okay? I understand self-preservation, and I understand wants and needs. Throughout all this, you know, you've played with what I wanted versus what I needed. You know, and that's...
I gave you Chris.
You know what? You gave me Chris because you chose to. Because it was the right thing to do. And I appreciate you that, you know, and I know you don't care. You don't want the thanks, you don't want none of it. But I do, because you knew it was the right thing to do. And
But you asked me to.
I know that. I don't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things here. I'm just a tool. I'm just a guy that gets assigned a case, and I do my job. And that's it. It doesn't matter whether or not it was me or Laura or FBI or whoever.
No, it does.
No, it really doesn't. Maybe to you it does.
Maybe
to me it does too, but it doesn't to everyone else. Nobody cares. Nobody even cares why. Why? I mean, tell me why. Tell me why right now. Why did you give Chris?
Because of you.
Why?
Because you asked me to. Because you've seen something more than what everybody else seen. And I have respect for that, regardless of what you believe. You knew that I could give them everything. And I probably would have been fighting it still, even though it eats me up to even think about Chris. Really. You asked me to do that. And when we came up here, yeah, I was fucked up. A lot of times most people didn't see if I was fucked up, but I wasn't clear-headed enough to even...
Once you got here, you were fine, though. I mean, but you slept the whole way. But that was normal for me because when somebody tells the truth about something like you did, there's always this huge release. And you got it that night. You did. You had it in my interview room. You put your head down and you went to sleep.
But at that park, I took a lot. On the trip.
I didn't know.
Well, I know. I know.
Do you think on Earth, for 1 minute, that I would have let you do something like that?
No. I know you
Okay.
wouldn't have.
So,
I
don't understand
Like you
that.
said, I'm manipulative. I find a way to do what I want to do when I do
okay,
it.
I mean, I just thought you were sleep deprived.
Well, and I was.
And you told me you were.
Yeah.
You told me you hadn't slept in 2 days. I knew you'd been sleeping in a park. I just want to make sure you were all right. That's why I called an ambulance for you. I mean, you scared me. I thought you had done something really bad, and I thought you were laying there dying. That's honest to God's truth.
In Kentucky, I really tried. So I didn't have to deal with all this.
At the end of the day, the things are same between me and you. I mean, you can sit here and you can go through this other role like you just did with me, it's really not you. And if that's what you want to do, you can go ahead in order to try to manipulate things and try to beat the case, okay? But at the end of the day, you know what I know. You know what I've known from the beginning. And you know what I saw. I saw it in you and I was right. And I know that. And it doesn't matter to me if you want to play the game and say that you're not.
It matters to me that you're not going to do what you do well.
Why? Because why? You're sitting here telling me that now you want to go through this huge rigmarole and say, he was wrong the whole time, I played with him. Right? I knew you would do this. I knew you would. Just like I knew that you would walk into the room and say that you would represent yourself. I knew that months ago.
Why would I have somebody else put
Right.
my life in their hands?
I know that. You're very smart.
Maybe because they trained for many years and know the legal system and how to dispute evidence getting submitted, or the fact that they know how to object in order to have a standing for an appeal. Always get a lawyer.
But at the same time, at some point, you have to realize that, I mean, there is no out. You go through all this for what? To try? Just to try? Try to ruin people? Trying to tell everybody how they did their job wrong? Because that's what it's about. Try to tell everybody how they didn't do their job.
You don't think I could do it without that?
No, because you'll sit there and you'll try to pick everybody apart. And that's what you'll try. And that's fine, because you're not the first person to try to pick me apart.
I have no intentions on picking you apart. I do have respect for you, regardless of what you think. And I'd be very...
Then I don't understand something then. How on earth can you have respect for me if you do what you didn't say, or if you do what you asked me not to do in our very first conversation? Our very first conversation. What'd you tell me? Say it how it is, didn't you? And I did. And at that moment, you had some respect for me. A little, maybe. I don't know. Something.
I've always had respect for you.
So,
Don't give me that.
so
I don't respect
how come now we sit here and you want to do things differently? You want to go back into a game. You realize it's over. The game's over. Or is it not? It's not. You're the puppet master, so what's the game?
You're a tough one.
I'm telling you the truth. That's why it's easy.
A lot of things come easy for me.
I know. It doesn't for me.
That's really disappointing if you quit what you're doing. I'll be disappointed in you.
Well,
Just me, though.
Okay, but what do you matter? Do you really think that impacts his decision in any way? He's doing it for his own personal reasons, and you're not even a factor he will ever consider. How important does she really think she is?
it's a done deal.
Nothing that can change that.
I don't know.
I don't believe that.
I don't know. Maybe time. It's the truth. My time. That's not a pun. I'm not joking.
When they have me good books, I'm okay.
I don't want to sit here and have a conversation with you where you're going to lie to me.
I know.
And I don't want you to sit here and try to lay out your freaking defense. I just want you to just be honest with me for once in your freaking life. Be honest with somebody for once in your life. You think I'm the only person that's probably ever understood you?
Yeah.
Okay, so why can't you have a conversation with the only person who's ever understood you?
This is the craft of being a good investigator. Leading the suspect to believe that you understand them and they mean something to you, even when they don't and you're literally just doing your job, trying to solve crimes.
Why?
Because that's the only thing that's scary to me. Doesn't that make sense? Honestly.
I would think it would be the only thing that you'd sought out your entire life. You went to places. Right?
I've sought out being normal my whole life. And even you agree that that'll never happen.
What are we going to do?
Make me feel bad?
I'm not going to make you feel bad.
No, because there's a part of me that can feel bad.
Yeah, well, I don't know that part. I don't know that part. You're either going to be honest with me or you're not going to be honest with me. And I'll go back and tell them I wasted my time. Their time. That's what they think.
And you know it's not.
Oh, I know. I've known from the beginning.
He quickly notices that she became upset with his comment about him wasting his time, so he corrects himself to say, their time, and wins her back over by saying he knows. He knows of what? I'm not sure, because he didn't even let her finish the question, but that immediate response won her back over again, and she went back to smirking at him. He's very quick to pick up on his mistakes that push her away, and then correct them and get himself back on her good side.
You don't understand how people are, I don't think.
No, I do. I do. You said you'll be in town tomorrow. Are you leaving today?
I don't know. What am I supposed to do? You tell me, because if I'm here and I'm not supposed to be here, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Because you're either going to talk to me or you're not going to talk to me. And you're either going to sit here and you're going to have an open and honest conversation with me, or you're going to sit here and you're going to lie to me, and I'm not just going to sit here and listen to you lie to me. I've listened to a lot of lies already, and I just want you to be honest with me. That's all.
You know it's hard to fight that self-preservation though, right?
I know that. I'm not trying to play a game with you, win or lose. You know that, right? Do you get that? That's not
I've
that's not the
always
game for
known
me.
I would lose.
Okay, so then why on earth sit here and play the game with me?
What else do I have left?
I'm not going anywhere.
No, I don't.
I'm not going anywhere, and I'm here to talk to you.
I'm really disappointed in you, though.
Disappointed in me?
Yeah.
I've given my whole life to this job. Why can't I have time for me? That bothers you?
No, I have time for you, but
Yeah, well,
that's.
I'm not saying I'm never going to do anything again. I'm just not going to do it now. You're it. This is it.
You have a passion when you were doing what you're doing now. Even though I make you fucking nuts, I tend to do that to people.
You don't make me nuts. You frustrate people. And you use frustration to create confusion. And you try to run people in different directions so that they don't look at the right things. But I just wouldn't allow you to run me in a lot of fucking bullshit directions. So you either have respect for what's occurred between me and you choose to talk to me, or you sit here and you can play your game. It's your game to play. Just like I told you from the beginning, it's your story. You asked me if I like to write, and I told you that I did. Or I don't like to write, but that I would.
That you would.
And I've become a better writer. And you know what? Maybe in my time, that's all I have to do these days. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a little bit of me time then. So it's up to you whether or not you choose to tell me. But I told you the very first time I met with you that by the time this was over with, you would tell me where Chris Reagan was.
Yes.
Didn't I? The very first interview with you, I told you would tell me. And you did. And
I would have never gave it to anybody else.
then I don't understand what's happening right now.
I'm an asshole.
Well, why do you have to be? Why do you have to be with me? Okay? There's no reason to be with me. There isn't. I promised you what I said to you is true. It's the way I feel, okay? And I know what's happened here, and you know that I know. So why do this? Why do this with me in this room right now? And what I said to you about Indiana and my feelings towards that are true.
But you know.
But would I? You know I would. Just like you know I would have any time during this if I had to. Not that I wanted to, but I would have.
But I have to wait, right?
You know, you gotta wait a little bit, but you don't have to wait a long time. I don't even know. I've never been through anything like that before. Do you know that?
It's a wait.
Yeah, but
That's what it is.
okay. But meanwhile, you're sitting here making up shit.
I'm impatient.
Okay, well, I'm not impatient. I haven't been. I've waited a long time for this time to sit with you, for you to talk to me, for you to really have a conversation with me.
How can you see what other people don't see?
I don't know the answer to that.
How can my family not see?
I don't know.
I've never been happy. They know that. I don't smile. It's bullshit. People around me. That's why I do respect you. That's why I can't believe that you would stop doing something that you have that passion and that drive for. And if it's because of me, you know what I want in Indiana.
But yet you just sat here and told me that you didn't do that. You did. You just sat here and you told me you didn't do that. You sat here and you told me that you lied to me about your involvement with Chris Reagan, which I know isn't true. You know? I mean, what are you going to do? Is that what you're going to do with me? You really want to go back and forth, back and forth? I'm sincere in what I say to you. You can believe it, you can not believe it, you can do whatever. I can have them email me the email right this minute so that you can see it, because it went out to my entire department already. You want to see it? If you don't believe me, I'll text the secretary and ask her to email it to me right now, because that's important for me that you know that I'm not lying to you. You want to? I will. She just texts me, asking me if everything's supposed to be in color when she photocopies it for everything else to do with your case. So I can text her back and ask her to send it to me right now.
But you know I trust you. I don't trust anybody else, and that's fucked up that I trust a cop. You know that, right? You know how twisted that is for somebody like me? The only person in the world I trust is a cop. Detective, not a cop.
I'm not going to have her do it. I'm going to have Steve do it. There's the message. Can you please send me the message from the chief about my reassignment? I'm in an interview and I need it. There you go.
You mind if I ask them for something to drink?
Where is it at?
You're right.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know where it was. So. I didn't lie to you. Had no reason to. Just like I was hoping I'd come here, you wouldn't lie to me.
You're gonna make me fight that self-preservation, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm going to make you realize how important the truth is to people. And even to yourself. What would you like? What do they give you? I don't even know.
They give me water.
That's it? Nothing else?
Nothing else.
Well, I'll ask him if he has access to a pop machine, and I'll buy you a pop.
Tell him not to open it.
I will. I'll open it. Out in the hallway.
I have to smell my food here. I have to smell my lunch. When I first got here, there was hair on my food. She just picked the hair off.
I thought you said that was at the other place.
Oh God, we had all kinds of problems there. We had MRSA, we had lice.
I do want to say that, you know, I could have walked out of Kentucky, right?
I don't know.
We had a tornado, blew out the power. My door was unlocked. There was 2 guards between me and my way out.
Yeah. So I can't believe you didn't.
I stayed in the bed and laughed.
You
I stayed.
run any chance you get. Bullshit.
I
Who are you
stay.
kidding?
No.
That would have been like the thrill of the hunt for you, you know? You'd have been loving every minute of it.
But I couldn't believe it, so I had to stay in bed and laugh. They couldn't get their generator up. 3
Yeah.
hours. They tell you about that?
No?
Yeah, it's, yeah.
So, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock.
I don't know when you guys got here.
Me? I got here last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was up all night.
I got here last night, and I came here this morning and listened to your phone calls, and then I came to talk to you.
I don't know how to protect them, that's important to me.
Well, you need to tell the truth and understand that you don't need to protect them.
Why?
They don't want to be protected. They already know.
But they need to be protected.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
I feel like that's my duty. That's one thing that bothers me besides that self-preservation. You have kids?
Yes.
So you can look at it from a parent's point of view.
I know this. I know that if it was my own child, I'd want them to be honest and get the help that they need and go through the system. But that the honesty is the only thing that's important to me and always has been in my entire life. And I've told both of my children that. And no matter what they do, I love them. I'll always be there for them. But if they ever get in a jam, and they think for 1 minute that I'm gonna do something, they're wrong. They're gonna be honest, and that's it. And that's exactly the truth.
That's how my parents taught me.
Trying to call this guy.
That's how I was taught though.
What will we do?
I can't let you do your last case like this. Fucker.
It's the truth.
From the time he shot Chris, I wanted him dead.
Did you see that grimace she made with her face right before she said, shot Chris? I at first thought she could be pausing because this is the point where she's about to tell on herself, but I kept rewinding it, and I think that grimace is actually because she's imagining in her mind what took place 2 years ago when Chris was shot. So it's hard for her to say it out loud because then she actually does have to face it.
I know that.
He took the only good thing I had in my life. I don't know why I waited so long. I hated him. I still hate him. And yes, it was revenge.
What happened? What really happened that night?
even the score.
That's not good enough, you know that. I know what it means. But tell me what you did. Tell me what you did before. Tell me the truth about Tammy.
Tammy.
You went to your sister and you asked her for something. What? Why are you smiling?
Because I'm fighting my own self. You don't even know.
Yeah, we can see the fight processing on your face as you open and close your mouth like a goldfish, switching back and forth between wanting to talk and not wanting to incriminate yourself further. You're not as complex as you think you are.
When it came down to it, I didn't know if I could take him. He was different. You know that, right? Me and Jason were different.
Yes.
We had a fucked up relationship, right?
Yeah.
One would say.
Yes.
I just figured it was a life for a life. If I could have taken him October 14th, I would have. But at that point, I didn't have that same chance as I did in February. The heroin was... He did say he wanted to live more. Live a little bit, because I always got to go out and party and have fun. So I made sure he got to live a little bit before he died.
So what'd you do?
I didn't force him to sniff it. He sniffed it on his own.
Mm.
I shot mine. I sniffed a line too, I think. I did take quite a few pills too, but that's just another day, right? For the most part. After we'd run a couple errands and come back, we were both pretty fucked up. But he was beyond fucked up. I think you can imagine, especially somebody who doesn't do that stuff. He was having a hard time breathing. I think it was getting to him. Now you had thought that I had given him more heroin. I didn't need to. That stuff was so raw. I hadn't had heroin that strong in a long time. So I didn't need to give him any more. He was fucked up enough. He started getting sick. I did hold his nose. I didn't hold his neck. I held his mouth though. The look on his face was confusion, fear. More confusion than anything.
Did he do anything?
He didn't move much. He chokes. He was vomiting at that point.
He was vomiting while you were doing it.
Yeah. Can you imagine how it is to drown on your own fluids? Probably pretty painful. Didn't take long. Maybe a minute. And then I passed out.
How'd you put your hands on him?
I was sitting on him. He was in the bed just like I told you he was.
What time did it happen?
Time, I don't know. I'm gonna say right before we laid down. It wasn't right by the 911 call.
So why did you wait? Why did you wake up when you did?
I don't know.
Why did you do what you did?
In the morning?
Yeah.
There's two reasons, and I'm not sure which you have to believe that. I didn't know if it really happened at that point, because like I said, I was a little bit out of it, but I was still, you know, lucid enough to know what had happened. But at the same time, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad. But I maybe felt bad for his parents, because I had never done anything impulsive like that. Ever. Ever. That's not like me.
Yeah, but I mean, you did pre-plan a little bit earlier in the day.
Because of the heroin?
Yeah. You knew what you were going to do then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for telling us you committed murder. And even after first saying it was not premeditated, you then agree it was premeditated. So that's an easy first-degree murder conviction. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Did you really only decide that day to kill him?
Yeah,
I mean, there was like a fit decision that day, I'm going to do it? Or was it a week you'd been thinking about it but just trying to figure out when?
I thought about it every day since October 14th.
I
what
know,
would
but I
do.
mean to sit down and...
It was that day, that morning.
But I mean, so since October 14th, you thought about heroin and doing it that way?
No, I thought of every way.
Every way to kill him.
Every way. What would be the most painful way? You know, one of the most painful ways? Drowning. Suffocating.
So what happened to him? He's looking at you during this, right?
Yeah.
What did he do? Did he grab you?
No,
Could he not?
I don't think he could. His hands weren't held down, but I don't think he could. Or maybe he just
So
gave
where
up.
were you sitting on his chest?
I was sitting. He was. Do you remember I told you he was on the bed?
Yes?
He was on the bed like that.
Yes.
I was kind of like on his lap. Yeah, on his lap. On his stomach, I guess, a little bit too. But I wasn't not holding his hands. I gave him a chance.
He didn't even grab you.
No.
He couldn't grab you because of the amount of heroin.
I don't think, yeah, I think the amount of heroin. He was fucked up.
You're telling me you never stuck a needle in him?
No.
He has 3 times the lethal dose of heroin in his body.
Could you imagine what I had in mine?
He has 3 times the lethal dose. And yet, he's still alive. He was still living in order for you to be able to do what you did.
Right.
Did you think that maybe the heroin would just kill him?
No.
No? You knew?
Well, because we went outside. He wasn't feeling good. I mean, I could see he wasn't feeling good. His mom, I made sure his mom seen
You
him.
told me in Kentucky that you vomited twice. Did you vomit that night too?
Yeah.
Did you vomit on him?
Once I did. Other
But he
times I never-
vomited also.
Oh, yeah. In the morning, it was, I don't know if it was vomit or just the fluids. That was all over me. And I did try to give him CPR. And it
But
was-
you told me you didn't.
I did for his parents.
Oh, you mean you tried to put on a show?
Yeah.
So, the bullshit about throwing the heroin out the window right before,
I really did.
well, why would you do it right then? I mean, if you killed him right before you laid down, so you're laying in the bed knowing he's dead, is that what you're telling me?
Right. Yes.
Okay, then this has to be, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because they still say he's warm when they arrive, but he's dead. It's gotta be. I mean,
Which
I
would be-
mean,
which-
tell me what you think.
Well,
I mean, time-wise.
Time-wise was hard, but we had seen his mom, like I said, between 1 and 2. We were outside. I was trying to hold myself up, taking the dog out. I'd never been that fucked up on heroin either, so I know it was raw, like I said. But, which it should have hit me harder than it hit him.
Why did you go to Tammy first?
I don't know.
And what did you ask for Tammy? From Tammy?
You're talking about a text I sent her.
I don't know. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. I mean, you really want me to have to put her on the spot? You don't want me to put her on the spot. I don't want to either.
Please don't bring her.
I don't want to. I don't want to, but I just want you to tell me the truth. You asked her for something. What did you ask her for, and what did you tell her it was for? The truth. I already know the answer. I just want to hear it from you. I've asked you for it before, and you haven't given it to me. And I'm not trying to put her in the middle of anything, and she's not going to be in trouble for anything or anything. She's not. You have my word. Everything that I am, you got my word. You know that.
I will say this, if something happens to her because of this,
I'm sure.
I don't care where I am.
Would you quit?
No,
I don't want to
see.
be threatened by you. My God.
I don't want to.
Of all people, come on. Really.
But that's.
Don't you take my word for anything these days?
I do.
Okay, well, you got it. You have my word right here.
I asked her if I could trust who I was getting the stuff from to be something that wasn't going to kill me, and if I could actually get a clean needle. That's what I
Okay.
asked for. I didn't get the needle from her, I got it from them.
But you asked her specifically for one.
Yeah, I asked her if she had one, but she
Right.
didn't.
And why would she have had one?
From her donation stuff.
Very good. And why did you tell her you needed this?
I don't know if I actually specified to her at that point. I think she just knew. Afterwards, she knew.
What did she say to you afterwards?
I can't believe you even went to go do that or couldn't. She was disappointed because
She knew what you had done.
I don't know.
She had an idea. What did you tell her to do at that point?
Trust me.
Something else, too.
Be careful. I did tell her to be careful.
Of who?
A few things. Of his family. I was over there, and my niece.
Don't revert. Don't revert. This is what you do. Just talk to me, okay? Can you? Look at me. Just talk to me. Don't do what you always do with me.
Told her
Yeah,
to
just-
clean everything up.
Meaning?
Not to have anything in her house around the baby. Not to let her go back over there to his parents' house again. So I told her, stay away. Told her I was doing it to protect her.
Did you tell her to anything to do with you and to do with the situation with Jason?
No. She might have put two and two together, but she's not really a thinker. She's very scatterbrained.
Okay.
Well, that's just rude. That's your sister, and you are saying she can't think for herself in an interrogation video that will be seen by the public. Mean-spirited.
Could she have probably put it together? I think even Tammy could have put it together. Would she have said anything? I don't know. I want to think no, but she always joked, and her jokes weren't funny. She joked about Jason and Chris.
Yeah. What would she say about Chris?
She laughed. She said I should stay away from guys. They all end up dropping dead or end up in a psych ward.
Yeah. Maybe true. You never know.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I try not to date much.
Yeah.
Well, you were married, so you really shouldn't have been dating at all after that. Also, yeah, they die because you or Jason killed them. It's not a curse if you're the culprit.
He deserved it. He hurt a lot of people. Jason did. I'll never feel bad for that. And I do have to go for that competency hearing, but I think we all know.
Everyone knows you're competent, okay?
Yep,
You know that. It's just what has to happen.
I get it.
It's a procedure.
I know.
And hopefully you'll decide that you can be honest with one other person other than me. Maybe a doctor, you know? And not be in there for the sole purpose of trying to seek drugs or anything else.
But you know, in all honesty, the drugs, I found a good method between the pain that I could feel.
How did you get Jason on the floor? And why did you put him in the floor?
That was an accident. I was sitting him up. And
For what purpose?
When he was on the bed, when I had woke up and seen him, like I said, I was still fucked up a little bit. Like I said, I did a handful of Percocets. I did.
Did you do this on purpose? Did you want to get that screwed up just so that you could get up the nerve, or what?
To do what?
To kill him.
Get up the nerve to kill him?
Yeah.
I think I had the nerve to kill him from
Day one.
day one.
Okay.
Not a doubt.
Okay, so why did you use the drugs the way you did? Did you think it would help emotionally with what you were doing, being able to convey things, or what was the purpose of doing that?
He wanted to have a good time.
So you gave him one last good time.
I did. I did.
And that's why you had him take so many pictures of you?
That was him. That was all him.
You played it up though.
I did. I did.
Why? What was the reason for that?
Thinking ahead if I needed to.
In case you could try to use them. Say, no, this is what we did. This is how good things were between us.
Yep.
It's honestly wild that she likely would have gotten away with it if she hadn't suffocated him. If the heroin itself had just killed him, the death likely would have been seen as accidental, and she would have gotten away for free, using the pictures to portray that they loved each other, like she's saying, even though she despised him. However, because she despised him so much, she had to make sure she got the satisfaction of killing him herself. It's wild, but at least her drive for revenge got her caught.
Mind if we smoke or chew?
I'm going to, yeah. Actually, she just texted me and asked if you want food. So I'm going to say yes, okay?
Yeah, because prison's starving me. Did I tell you that they let me shave with handcuffs?
All right, so I just told her to do that, and I told her food, drink, and cigarettes. What? How many are you actually responsible for?
Do we have to do it all right now?
We're not going to do it all right now. I'm asking you one question. They're going to come, I hope. We'll walk in the Sallyport.
I never lied about the number.
What number?
The number I gave you.
What number?
21. That's Jason's right there.
So Jason has 21 on his own, or Jason has 11 on his
Jason has
own.
11.
And you're telling me
One-
you've killed 21 people.
Jason being one, Chris not. I didn't kill Chris.
I get that.
I don't count him.
Okay. I know you don't count him, and you don't count him for what reason? Because you don't count him because you didn't actually pull the trigger?
Right.
Okay. You do understand when it comes to Chris that the actions that you take make you just as culpable, correct? The truth. Don't sit here and lie to me.
I do.
What was the 7-minute phone call between you and Chris that day? What did you say to him and what did he say to you?
Directions.
You gave him the directions.
I did.
What else did you say?
He was excited to come over.
Why did he think he was coming?
Hmm?
Why did he think he was coming?
For dinner.
Yeah,
Sex.
sex and dinner. Why? How did you convince him to come to your house rather than?
Because we always went to his place.
And so you just told him it was all right? Did he ask where Jason was?
No.
You just told him it was all right. Are you truly responsible for killing 21 people? I never ever would dream that you really killed 21 people.
There's reasons.
None of the things that you've told me, like to do with the body at the beach and dropped at the beach and killed inside the house at your mom and dad's house and your cousin being involved in it, none of that adds up. Now your cousin's dead. But I haven't got no body at the beach.
Looks like we have some field trips. And I've brought you close to things, just not close enough.
Okay, but I want you to understand something, okay? I'm still waiting on him to send me the message. They're not gonna let me go places. And I'm gonna have to do this in a different way, okay? So it's gonna be important for you to give me as much information as you can and as much details as you can so that I can get other people to look, okay? Other people who will work on things with this. And then you can always still talk to me and tell me anything you need to or whatever too. After we're done in these next few days, okay?
There's latitudes and longitudes, that's all you need.
Where are they at? You have the latitudes and longitudes for all your locations. And why would you keep it?
Why not?
Is it really a bag of trophies?
2 bags.
Where?
Here in Indiana.
Where's the one here?
Ottawa.
Ottawa. In the park?
At a bench right by the lake.
At a bench?
Yeah, it was never by Chris.
Huh?
I wouldn't ever put it by Chris,
Okay. Why did you bury it there?
because I knew it'd be safe. It frustrates me that everybody always seen Jason as this good person. You know, he wasn't capable of loving at all.
No?
No. I was a
Well, what
po-
was it between the two of you then?
I was a possession.
Infatuation?
Infatuation, but I was a possession to him. Always. There was no love. At some point, I know I loved him, but it was short-lived.
Where are the GPS locations
For which ones?
for yours?
In a notebook.
Where?
Most of them are in my head as well.
You know longitude and latitude locations in your head?
Why wouldn't I? They're numbers.
Well, I know that, but you could sit here and you could write me longitude and latitude straight to a body right now.
I could, but I don't want to right now. But I will before you go. You said you'd give me what I needed. And to be honest, that seems like the most peaceful way to go. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You do know that they're gonna have to give me more than what the normal person gets.
Probably.
I'd probably be pissed if I came back alive. Is that weird if I already picked out my last dinner? My boyfriend has my notebook. He does not know he has it. Not a boyfriend, just a friend. Kind of.
Who's that?
Do I really need to give you his name?
What the hell else are we here for?
Because he knows nothing of this.
Okay.
I
Doesn't
was
really
just-
matter. You want me to have it, don't you? Okay, so what's his name?
Why would you say your boyfriend has it and then not expect them to ask the details to find the person to track down the notebook? Of course they're going to have to go and obtain the evidence. You thought that you would just say that he had it and they'd be like, oh, okay, as long as it's in safe hands. Like, what the f***? You knew they were going to ask his name.
Be nice if everybody didn't have to look at me like a bad person.
I don't know what you mean.
Do good people do what I did?
Huh?
Do good people do what I did?
No.
Well,
Well, what do you mean? What do you want? What do you expect?
too much. Way too much.
What's his name?
I don't really want to bring him in, please.
Okay. This is like back to one of those things. I mean, this is dumb. You and I are having a conversation. You know how I act with everybody who's been involved in this case and how I treat them. So why on earth would I come all this way for you to sit here and tell me you don't want to bring him into this? He's into this no matter if he wants to be or not. I don't even know who the hell he is.
But I know, and
So,
I've been very smart about this, but he thinks I'm a good person.
okay, so I don't have to tell him you're not. He can read about it, probably,
I
okay?
haven't talked to him in 4 weeks.
So, who?
Oh, she is so narcissistic. She's not saying his name because she doesn't want him to be told that she's a murderer and then his perception of her to change. Not because of the fact that she's protecting him, because she knows his home will likely be torn apart searching for other evidence along with the notebook that she's claiming he has, and the fact that she wouldn't want him to have to go through that. No. It's so that way one person in the world can think she's a good person. Girl, you are the worst. You are just showing your true colors.
And you gave this person a notebook with all your...
I gave him something with it in there.
Okay. For what purpose?
Look where we're at.
For right now. You gave it to him to hold, to be able to give it to me for right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why wouldn't you give me his name?
Because I figured I'd be the one to tell him.
In what way? I can't do that, you know that. You know I can't do that.
Why not? What do you mean?
Because I can't take a chance of putting you on the phone with him and then evidence gets destroyed.
You think I'm really gonna destroy it?
I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the goal in mind, but I have to handle it in a certain way, and we don't handle things that way. I don't handle things that way.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why were you so certain that I killed Jason before you knew me?
I was at his autopsy.
That's why?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
I went to his autopsy. I knew that he was murdered when I came to the house.
Why so long for results? Or that was just...
I delayed things. I had to. You weren't cooperating.
I don't cooperate very good.
You're very smart. You have no idea how smart you are.
Wasted potential.
God only knows what you could have been.
Yeah. Maybe when I come back is something fucked up.
Come on now.
No, I don't believe in that.
No?
I don't believe in anything.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you think you were going to get away with it?
Because I could have.
Okay. Why'd you get sloppy then?
Love
For Chris?
for Chris.
So a little bit of anger?
I don't know. I don't know if it was anger. I know it was what I felt inside made me sick. If that makes sense. I had never felt that way. And to feel like that for so long, every day I felt like that, I knew he couldn't be here. So maybe.
How did you think you were going to get away with it right after you did it, though? That morning. You thought you had got away with it when they took him out in the ambulance, right?
I didn't know what to expect that morning. I didn't. I was okay, actually, with whatever at that point.
Yeah. Even if it would have went south right out of the gate, you'd have been alright with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't lose a moment of sleep for him.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for his parents and his family, but they seem more than what they'll ever want to admit. And that's
Yeah.
okay. I get it. I do. I mean, when you love somebody and it's your family, I get it. You want to think the best of them. They all knew. I guess telling Laura, I mean, I don't know how many times he joked about slicing and dicing with every one of his family members. And it's like, if they only fucking knew. And it's like, I think they did.
What did he do?
He enjoyed cutting people up. He enjoyed that. I really thought he was gonna do the same thing to Chris. That scared me.
What do you mean? Do the same thing?
I know that Jason killed Chris to hurt me. If he had killed Chris to hurt Chris, he would have tortured him. He would have. I know. Because that's what he enjoyed. That's what he smiled at. That might have been his happiness. If that makes sense. But he did it to hurt me. So I think the way he went about it, I think that was the only way that he knew that I wouldn't have killed him right then. I don't know. But you had said that when I told you he's shot in the head and he died instantly, you had said that the heartcircles, and I know human anatomy, I know the human body, I mean, I know, but he died instantly.
Yeah.
He did. Had it been another way, I think there would have been 2 bodies you guys would be looking for.
Yeah.
I know you would have been looking for 2. But I did make him carry everything. I wasn't lying about that. He had to carry everything.
You made him carry it?
Everyone?
Yeah.
That he did to fuck with me.
Laura took me out there on the trail. Right out there. I had 5 ticks on me in like 5 minutes.
There's still one in this room.
Is there?
The other one's loose in my cell. I
Yeah.
kept him as a pet.
Nice. Yeah, I took 5 ticks off me yesterday and just went for a short walk.
You see where he shot to?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
That's what I told you.
I know. I know, you drew me the picture a month ago. Over a month ago. So why did you tell him to come there then?
Who? Chris?
Yeah. Was it the story that you told me in Kentucky, was it true?
What I told Laura.
About the 13? Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Can we go to the Sally Port and let her smoke?
You guys want to?
Yeah.
Sure.
Take a minute.
Thank you.
I'm cutting out the majority of the footage where they go to the area to smoke because the audio hurts my ears really bad. If you want to watch the segments I cut out, just go check out the full interrogation on Blue Dot's channel. The link is in the description. A huge shout out to our Patreon producers, Jason and Taz, and Skylar James Wicker. All this support really helps the channel, and I appreciate all that you patrons do. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe for more interrogation breakdown and true crime videos to come. If you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments below. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful day.